ever looked through old family photos and noticed something off? That's exactly what happened to me last weekend while helping my grandmother clean out her attic. Among dusty boxes and forgotten memories, I found an old album that would forever change how I view family photographs. The leather-bound album was thick with decades of memories, its pages yellowed and crackling. As I flipped through it, something caught my eye. A boy, maybe 7 or 8, appearing in photo after photo. At first, I thought nothing of it, assuming he was a cousin I'd never met. But then the details started getting strange. In a Christmas photo from 1982, he stood in the background, partially hidden behind our tree. In my parents' wedding photo from 1985, he was there among the guests, his face half turned away. Beach vacation in 1990. There he was again, standing at the water's edge. The thing is, he looked exactly the same in every photo. Same blue sweater, same tousled brown hair, same pale complexion. I asked my grandmother about him, and that's when I saw real fear in her eyes for the first time. Her hands trembled as she took the album from me. "We never spoke about him," she whispered. "We tried to ignore it, pretend we didn't see him, but he was always there, watching us through the lens." She told me a story that had been buried for nearly 40 years. In 1975, a boy named Tommy Wilson disappeared from our small town. He was last seen playing near the old photography studio on Maple Street, the same studio where my grandparents had many of these family photos developed. The police searched for weeks, but Tommy was never found. The photography studio's owner, Mr. Harrison, was questioned extensively. Nothing suspicious was ever proved, but he closed his shop shortly after and left town. Nobody knew where he went. But here's where it gets truly chilling. I started scanning these old photos into my computer, thinking I could enhance them, maybe get a better look at this mysterious boy. What I discovered made my blood run cold. In every digital copy, the boy was in a slightly different position than in the original photographs. In one, his head had turned to face the camera directly. In another, his hand was raised, pointing at something off-frame. I spent hours comparing the originals to the scans. The changes were subtle but undeniable. Then I found one photo where you could finally see his face clearly. It was Tommy Wilson, exactly as he appeared in the missing person posters from 1975. Last night, I decided to take a selfie in my bedroom, just to prove to myself I was being paranoid. When I checked the photo, my heart nearly stopped. There he was, standing behind me, closer than he'd ever appeared before. His eyes were dark, empty pools, and his mouth was open as if trying to speak. I called my grandmother immediately. Through tears, she finally told me the full truth. Mr. Harrison, the photographer, had been experimenting with something he called soul capturing, a twisted attempt to achieve immortality through photography. Tommy had been his test subject, his soul somehow trapped within the photographic process itself. Now Tommy appears in every photo taken by anyone who's connected to those original pictures. Like a virus, his presence spreads from image to image, from family to family. He's searching for a way out, a way back to our world. I'm sharing this story as a warning. If you have old family photos, really look at them. And if you see a boy in a blue sweater standing just at the edge of the frame, don't digitize those photos. Don't share them online, because Tommy is still watching, still waiting, and still trying to find his way back. Just yesterday, I tried to delete all the scanned photos from my computer. Every time I empty the trash, they reappear in a new folder. And in each new version, Tommy is one step closer to the foreground, one step closer to breaking through. So, if you see him in your photos, remember, he's not just a trick of the light or a double exposure. He's real, and he's been waiting for someone to finally notice him. The question is, what happens when he finally reaches the front of the frame?